We're here today to talk about auto thefts. Recently, last week, Chief Flynn released some of our crime numbers, and one of the numbers he released was the fact that our auto thefts are up in the city of Milwaukee. Overall, they're up 14%. One of the jobs of the South Investigations Division, the Vehicle and Secondary Exchange Unit, is to look at those auto thefts. We did, and we noticed that there was an increasing trend in auto thefts in which we found them in scrap yards. We had a time period from January 1st through March 20th when we looked at our auto thefts. We had 913 vehicles stolen during that time period. Of those 913, we found at least 12% of them in the scrap yards crushed. That's a problem. We looked at the processes in which this occurred, and there's an obvious loophole in some of the laws. Right now, an individual can sell their motor vehicle to a tow truck driver or drive it right into a scrap yard without having to produce a title or any actual proof of ownership. Looking at that, right now during these economic times, the price of scrap metal has gone up 300% since 2009. So your car, even though it may not be worth that much overall in a resale value, it's worth a lot in scrap. So we're looking to try to get that changed, that loophole closed. We'd like to maybe look at a state statute in which, in order to sell your motor vehicle, you should have the title and you should have some sort of identification, preferably a photo ID, that shows that you own that vehicle. You need those things right now when you're selling your vehicle to a dealership. You should need those things when you're selling them to a scrapyard or to a tow truck driver. A lot of individuals that are on hard times have vehicles that are older and have less value to them. Are less value in the market, however they're valuable to them. There's nothing worse than coming out of your house to go to work in the morning and find your vehicle gone, and then to find out later on that it's actually been scrapped and crushed and there's no getting that vehicle back. What we have been doing is really scrutinizing the tow trucks that are towing cars. We've been stopping a lot of them, checking the paperwork, trying to make sure that everybody is following the current law. Unfortunately, though, there's not a lot of checks and balances with that current law. You can use a junked vehicle bill sale. It's a form. A tow truck driver can present that form to an individual that's posing as the owner of a car. They sign off on the form. They show a photo ID. That photo ID, however, doesn't show that they own that vehicle, and the tow truck driver takes that vehicle, takes it into one of the scrap yards, drops it off, gets their money, and they're gone. So we've done our best to try to stop some of the tow trucks. However, I think the law is what really needs to be changed in order to stop these. Well, it's put some of the tow truck drivers on notice, and some of the companies that are less scrupulous on notice that we are looking into this. We did an operation in which we sat outside some of the scrap yards for 2 days. During that 2-day time period, there were 47% less cars brought into the scrap yards than the week before when we weren't sitting there. So it does make a difference a little bit in our enforcement action in trying to deter people from picking up these cars and taking them. But just the fact that anybody can just take a whole car, hook it up by a tow truck, and take it away with almost no questions asked is a big deal, because in this city or anywhere else, a lot of people own two big things. You own your house, if you're lucky, and you own your car. So that's your second biggest item you spend your money on, and the fact that somebody can just hook it up and take it away I think is a big deal. We try to work with the actual yards that are taking in the metal. We try to, do some more checks and balances with them, let them know that, we're checking their books. That's one of the things that we do, and try to work with them to be more diligent in making sure that they're taking in legitimate property. One of the things that happens is somebody's car that's not running is sitting in the same place for a long time, and that one leads, some of these unscrupulous people to believe that that car has been abandoned when it's probably just in need of repair. I would say make sure that your car is in working order, that it's parked legally. If it needs repair, get it off the street. Just don't let your vehicle look like it's been abandoned, because then somebody will come along and